isn't Paria buying oil to refine in the refinery? Sad, you know. But there's a saying of what in the darkness come to the light. So what is it? What is it? What is it? He said, Paria is a business that if Paria falls into private hands, the owner of the supply will determine the price you pay for fuel. Rowley accused the government of actively preparing such an outcome and urged citizens to remain vigilant. So Keith, you call us stupid. You tell us we know of the government. The people put you out of office, and now you're telling us to be vigilant. So what is your plan really? He also criticized what he described as government silence on key details surrounding the refinery proposal. But Keith, you forget, when I went Venezuela, everything was non-disclosure, non-disclosure, non-disclosure. But you're complaining about the government now. They are silent on key details. You are out of office. Relax yourself. How much have you get COVID? How much bypass you did? Relax yourself. Let Penelope deal with it. Let Penelope deal with it, Keith. Go and mind goat. I never see more. Anyhow, you're good, yes? So moving along, Trinidad and Tobago. The Contractors Association held its annual award banquet this weekend at the association is laundering the recent reveal of the government revitalization blueprint. Economist Indira Sajiwan stated that the recent national budget was a credible framework for the nation's recovery. Dr. Indira also noted that the government's revitalization plan is the big dream that this country needs for transformation. Imagine that, viewers. Listen to this.
The revitalization plan calls for the modernization of public infrastructure, the creation of sustainable communities, and a significant expansion of construction activity in new growth areas such as renewable energy, agri-infrastructure, tourism, security, and digital connectivity. The question, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you up for the task?
Now, viewers, you noted that the plan is marrying construction with sustainability, and critics should be more open-minded to progress.
It is also argued by some that it is too ambitious a plan. The timeline is too short, but it is a 5 to 10 year plan. It is not a 2-year plan. And you know what? If this government can deliver in the next 5 years just a portion of this plan, this country will be well on its way to recovery and to growth.
So viewers, the Trinidad and Tobago Contractors Association President Lisa Ramuta is addressing fellow contractors. Said, the association for the last 57 years had its up and down. She hopes that this current government sees the TTCA as an important partner for national growth through the revitalization blueprint. Listen to this, we go talk after.
The scale and breadth of the government's plans phased to be implemented over the next 5 to 10 years will ignite activity and employment throughout the country. Now, if it's done well, businesses both big and small, the construction trades, workers across Trinidad and Tobago will also do well while maximizing local content and keeping in check the outflow of scarce foreign exchange.
So now Trinidad and Tobago, it's all well and good that TTCA President Lisa would come out and, say that for the last 57 years they have had it ups and downs. But also keep in mind that contractors also do road projects. She could have come out and said, well, you know what? For the contractors who doing the road project, we live in Trinidad. You are a Trinidad contractor. Make sure the roads in Trinidad are worth it, because you are not doing it for free. Now that would have been something to talk about. That would have been something to hit the media. That would have been something to hit Trinidad and Tobago. That would have been something to go international. You know why? As the president of TTCA, you are telling the contractors, you know what, we live in Trinidad. Make sure our roads are not third world class, but first class. But we didn't hear anything. We didn't hear anything. All we heard is that TTCA is an important partner for national growth through the revitalization blueprint. I wouldn't say no. I would not say no. But leaving Faizabad or Paria and going up by the waterfront in Port of Spain to work, where you're flying on the air or you're using the road? That's my 2 cents. You're flying on the air or are you using the roads? And that is my 2 cents right there. Who doing the roads? Contractors. Who good for the revitalization plan? The contractors. So those are the same contractors who do the road? That's my 2 cents. That is my 2 cents right there. So our next story here in Trinidad and Tobago is the Minister of Housing, David Lee, have stated that major turning point is upon the Trinidad and Tobago national story. He was speaking at the Trinidad and Tobago Contractors Association TTCA Award 2025. Lee told contractors the country is coming out of a decade of stalling, waiting, and loss. Listen to Lee.
We are now entering a new era where construction is not a side chapter. It is a front line of national revitalization. And at the center of that front line is you, the contractors, engineers, builders, professionals of Trinidad and Tobago.
So who is he calling out? The contractors. Who is he pointing to? The contractors. And there are contractors who do roads in Trinidad. I'm going to tell you something. I just wonder if they do it for free. Mosquito Creek. Let me go down there. How long that road finishing? How long? Trinidad and Tobago, how long now that road reach that point where they can't finish? Guyana build a bridge. Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana build a bridge over the river. And we in Trinidad cannot finish piece of road on the land. On the land. Imagine that, eh? We can finish a piece of road on the land, but that contractor getting other contracts. But Guyana built a bridge over the river in less than 5 years. How long now the creek building? More than 5 years? And we on land and it can't finish. And we in Trinidad, we in our third world. Guyana moved from suffering to what? Being almost one of the best Caribbean country in the Caribbean now. Imagine that, eh? Imagine that. And we have contractors from here now going Guyana to do road. Yeah, they're going Guyana to do road. But nevertheless, the minister said the national blueprint is not about speeches and slogans, since it will see over 129 major construction projects realized. Minister Lee says the pressure is now on for the industry to perform. Listen to this.
Let me say plainly, the revitalization blueprint will rise or fall on the strength of the construction industry. If you succeed, it succeeds. If you stall, it stalls. That is why Stronger Together Partnering for a resilient construction industry is not just your team here tonight, it is a national necessity.
So trying to make out we are out of time for tonight. Join me on another night for another life. Until then, be safe.